Okay, so here we have the first exercise. Let's put in practice what we just learned. Let's make a note right up here and say, remember this conversion. Pi is 180 degrees. Okay, so to convert from degrees to radians or from radians to degrees, we could always use this. I'm going to teach you how to use it. Okay, so for example, let's write down the relationship, right? So we could say that 180 degrees is to pi radians. What is 30 degrees for, right? And then we have to look for x. Why 30? Because we are asked to convert 30 degrees to radians. Okay, so as we know from algebra, when we have fraction equal to another fraction, we solve it as multiplying in x, right? So 180 times x and 30 times pi radian. Okay, so it is 180 times x equal to 30 degrees pi radians. To get x, we have that it is 30 pi. Let's assume that the radian is in there, divided by 180 degrees. And what it gives me is pi over 6. Okay, what does that mean? That 30 degrees in radians is pi over 6. Okay, this is how we're gonna define 30 degrees when we talk about it in radians. Let's move to the next example. We have the same relationship. We have 180 degrees over pi is equal to, now what do we have? We have 45. 45 to x. And now we multiply in cross. And we say x is equal to 45 times pi over 180 degrees. It's basically the same relationship as we established here. Okay, so this is equal to pi over 4. So what does that mean? That 45 degrees means pi over 4 in radians. Okay, so since we can already assume a relationship from this equation, we can just jump this step, right? Let's go ahead and just focus on the relationship that we just already established. It will be x is equal to, what do we have here? The angle that we want to convert, in this case, will be 60 degrees times pi divided by 180 degrees. And this will be equal to pi over 3. Okay, what does that mean? The 60 degrees is equal to pi over 3 radians. Okay, so let's move on to the next example. We have x is equal to 120 degrees pi over 180 degrees. And how much is this? This will be 2 pi over 3. Okay, so 120 degrees is 2 pi over 3 radians. When you don't write radians, it's already assumed that is radians because you're talking about an angle, right? Okay, so for this example will be x equal 150 degrees times pi divided by 180 equals to 5 pi over 6. Okay, so 5 pi over 6 is 150 degrees. Next one will be x equals to 200 times pi divided by 180. This is equal to 14 pi over 9. Okay, let's keep moving. For this one is x equal to 250 degrees times pi divided 180 degrees This is equal to 25 pi over 18. Okay, so next one will be x is equal to 300 times pi divided by 180, and this is equal to 5 pi over 3. And last one, this will be x equals to 330 times pi divided by 180, and this will be equals to 11 pi over 6. Okay, so these are the exercise of converting degrees to radians.